today's video, we're going to be installing the best reverse light kit on the market. Bada boom, bada bing. We are looking absolutely clean. So, wiring, more wiring. We will talk about this in a little bit. And the actual pods themselves. Inside the box itself, 2 little baggies and the pods themselves. We're going to want to take out these little mounting brackets to begin with. Next, you're going to want to go underneath your truck, right about here. We're going to want to remove this bolt right here. With that same bolt that was in there, you're going to want to grab it, put it through the bracket with the bracket facing towards your truck. All right, so as you guys can see, the bracket is on there. It looks really good. I thought it was going to stand out and protrude a little bit, but it does not. It looks very, very clean. Now you have to remove 3 bolts. Alrighty, so now that I got the 3 bolts out, I was able to pull the housing outwards. Now you're going to need your cables, which it's this one. All you have to do is unplug the bottom 2 plugs and then plug in the kit that they gave you. Very simple. Only one way it can go in, only one way it can come out. So just remember that, very simple. Then this cable right here that's dangling from there, you're just going to want to run it down through here. It already has a little cutout for it, so just go ahead and follow through. Once you've plugged everything back in, now it's time to put the assembly back in. It's very simple. 3 bolts go back in. Make sure that you check your brake lights before, just to double check. Now the next step, pop the trunk. I already had it popped. I said pop the trunk?
He said pop the trunk. Oh,
pop the hood. It's time to actually use this harness. We're gonna unplug this. I'll unplug it in a little bit, but let's take this to the front of the truck. So this is gonna stay in the engine bay. This is your button. You can set it to option 1 and leave it inside your engine bay and it'll turn off and turn off automatically with your brake lights. You can also run this inside of your truck to have it as a switch. I'll show you where you can run it through and what it will look like inside of the truck. The next part of the mission though, we have to get these 2 to the back of the truck, which is gonna be an absolute treat. You're gonna wanna get rid of this though. These, I don't know what the name of them are, but you don't need them. I ran my wire for now up against the wheel well, and I ran it all the way down. I ended up just running it through there, putting it through here, and then running it right through there. Then it'll come straight through there, and just run the wire all the way back following this same wire harness. It's not hard at all. It's just going to take you a little bit of time. For the most part, you can't even really see it. I have it zip tied and all tidied up all the way through. This cable right here splits into 2. You're going to want to put the longer side over to this light and then the shorter side over to this light. The wire that you had running from the tail light connects right here. Once you have all the wires zip tied and everything ready to go, then plug these bad boys in. I plugged them in until I heard a click. It's a very satisfying click, so make sure that you hear it. That just makes sure that there's no water, no weather that's going to get inside of there and mess with your pods. Coming up here now, it's time to wire everything. As you guys can see, I left mine like this just because I have a solution I'm going to do. Right here, you can leave this in option 1. What option 1 does, it works with your vehicle. So you just turn it on, leave it there, and forget about it. Put it in reverse and the lights turn on. So looking at the switch, you can run this through the firewall. Right there, you see that yellow cable? You can run it through the firewall and set it up as a switch. That's the switch. So these are pod covers. This is so sick. Not only does it give it a super cool appearance, but it actually adds protection. They have clear ones, they have black ones, and then they have your solid covers. There are endless reasons to buy these covers. I'm gonna go over a few. First and foremost, that looks absolutely sick. If you have tinted taillights and you wanna make sure everything is matched up, then pick up the tinted set. It looks so sick. So as you guys can see there, tinted. And on this side, we'll just put the clear one over it. If something's going to hit it, it'll hit the plastic before it actually hits the lens. Now you may be asking yourself, Aang, who would ever hit this? Me. I was camping. I had that big blue bin outside of my truck. I was pulling the bin out this way and kind of right on the lens. Thankfully, these already are pretty indestructible, but having this lens cover adds an extra sense of security. Alrighty, so as you guys can see, we are in the dark. This is when Diode Dynamic comes out to play. I already have their fog lights, I have their ditch lights, and I can already say I know this reverse light kit is an absolute beast. You can't really see too much. There's not much going on here. So let me go ahead and turn on the lights and show you what it actually looks like. So this is the light output that you get when you are in reverse with no lighting added, nothing additional. So this is what you get. This is our baseline. And as you guys can see, you can see a lot more. The LEDs down here are doing a lot more work than halogen, and even upgraded LED bulbs. And this is what it looks like from the inside of the Tacoma with the reverse light kit on. Depending on how you angle them, it'll show light in a certain way. I like to have it right here because obviously the camera is pointing straight down. That way anything here, it gives you enough time to stop. But what I really like is when you're driving at night, take a look at that. It just adds an extra little bit of flair to your truck. It really does set you apart. There's not many trucks that have this. And if you're interested in watching how these last, how they do in the long run, make sure to stay tuned, subscribe to the channel. Also go down to the description. I will have these linked and you can pick them up for yourself. 100% worth the purchase. It's been your boy. I'm not like an Audi. I'll see you tomorrow. Cinco tomorrow. Peace.